Taking pictures?
No, recording.
No.
Recording. Is there camera?
This must be the owners of Petroleum looking at the dress code.
3 minutes remaining.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohammed and we are Group D members and we are presenting our findings to the board of Delta Petroleum Company. So our agenda for today's presentation would be the introduction, countries proposed not to invest in, countries proposed to invest in, and finally the conclusion. So the aim of this presentation actually is to justify our decision of the most effective and efficient investment options and opportunity amongst the 5 countries have been given to us through both research and calculations analysis to Delta Petroleum. The presentation will be illustrating the reasons why some countries are viable while others are not in regard of the profit margins gained from those locations. So from here I would like to pass the presentation to María to continue with the countries proposed not to invest.
The first country we propose not to invest is Algeria. Actually, we have some advantages that we like to mention about this country. That is the second gas reserve and the full oil reserve and the second largest gas reserve in Africa, which put them in a high qualification. However, its government influence over the state's industries is making it a fragile economy. And acquisition of operation licenses is also a complexity for us. So for permits, for conditions, we might have like stops during our process. And the market is already dominated by big players in the industry, which also influence us in, if we want to invest in this country, we will have to put more cost to our production in order to be competitive with them. Alberta, Canada. Canada is, as we know, is the top proven oil in the world, and also the foreign policies that IOC offers for foreign countries are really attractive. However, the region as Algeria is already taken by 2 huge industries, which also makes us to be higher competitive. And with our budget, we are not going to increase our cost of production. The third country is Colombia. And also, it is good to be mentioned that the country now is being developed, and also by studies, it says that it's not going to decrease 4% during the next few years. And also the great geology that has been pointed out, the country is why that's the reason why E&P investors are coming to this country. However, the security issues is our main concern, because we haven't been there already working, so we don't know how to deal with and tackle these kind of issues of security. Now I'm going to pass. These are the figures, however, in the conclusions, we are going to give more detail on them. And now I'm going to pass my presentation to Richard to explain countries proposed to invest in.
Hello everyone. The countries we are to invest in, starting with UK North Sea. Although in the UK North Sea the exploration activity there is declining, but being compared to the amount of profit that we are to make from this region, comparing it to every $1 that we will be investing in the UK North Sea, we think is worth us taking that risk. And that is the more reason we as a group we have decided to invest in this region for the period of 2.5 years before migrating to the Mozambique gas upon the permission from the board. Also, looking at the political stability in this region, we feel because of the stability of the political affairs that is being opened, it will open the door to international investors to come into this region. And with that, that will be a benefit to us as well, because coupled with our quality of product, which is being Brent crude, we wouldn't be having that much of a problem like sorting out for potential buyers down to patronize us. Going to Mozambique, although with their insecurity of economic situation, not only looking at that, looking at the political stability as well, we've seen that as a strength for us, because we know these two factors are the major issues that international investors usually face, because it affects their royalties and their corporate tax as well. But for us, that wouldn't be an issue for us in that region. With the cheap labor, we look at it this way. In Mozambique, their lifestyle there is quite low. From our research, it's like less than $1 per day. We are looking at this that, okay, we will use cheap labor in that region in order to maximize more profit. I know what you might be thinking, that, okay, we are taking from the community, but we are not just taking from the community. We intend giving it back to the community through corporate social responsibility, because we believe when we win the heart of the community, they will as well place us above our competitors in that region. Our nearest market being South Africa, we intend using CNG to be a mode of us transporting our product to South Africa. At the same time, having LNG as well to be our future investment upon its completion, which is the next 4 to 5 years. And also with that time, we will be having the Asian market to be our target. Mozambique as well, it's got international recognition as well, due to the amount of reserve that Mozambique has got. We will take that as an advantage for us as well to capitalize on that area to maximize our profit. At this point now, we'll call Lilian, who will be giving us a calculation analysis on how we arrive at all these factors.
Justifying our investment decisions with the calculations, you watch closely. In Nigeria, our profit to investment ratio is 1.35, meaning every $1 we invest, we're going to get 35 cents extra. Algeria, if any security issues are right, 35 cents will not be able to cover that. The payout time for that country is going to be 2.2 years. You may say that's a short time, but the project lifespan is just for 2.7 years. It cannot be exceeded more than that. For the Algeria gas, you realize the profit to investment ratio is 1.4. That is also low, and the payout time is going to be for 5 years. It's when we're considering this project for the period of 7 years to have consistency. So the lifespan of this project being 7 years and the payout time will be 5 years is a too long a period for you to keep investing and be waiting for profit. Alberta, Canada oil, the profit to investment ratio is 1. Meaning for every $1 we're investing, we're getting just $1 in return. There is no profit coming out from that field. Payout time of this project is even exceeding the duration of the project. We're considering it for 7 years, but after the 7 years, we wouldn't have even gotten our cost oil. Then for the Colombia, the profit investment ratio is 1.1, just 1 cent extra, and the payout time is 6.5 years. Then, if you look closely with me, you see the reasons why we are making those investment decisions in these countries. The UK North Sea, the profit to investment ratio is very high. For every $1, we're getting 3.28 extra. So, though the forecasters have said that UK North Sea is declining, 3.28 will go a long way to cover any enhanced recovery method the company may decide to use. So, the payout time for this project is also very attractive. 2 years, after 2 years, we would have started making profits from this project. Then for the UK North Sea gas, the profit to investment ratio is also lovely, and the payout time is within 2.6 years. The project lifespan is also, we are considering it for 7 years. For the Mozambique gas, have we considered the LNG product? Because our company, if we decide to invest there, have we considered the cost of it? There is still profit from that project. So for every $1, we will be getting $2.9 in return, and the payout time will be 2.4 years, and the project lifespan was considered for 7 years. I'll call on.
Okay, now here is summarized the investment, the profit to investment and the payout time of the 5 countries and their fields. So we can observe that Mozambique and Algeria gas has the higher investment. So, but if we take a look in the profit to investments, the highest ones are UK North Sea oil and UK North Sea gas, and also Mozambique gas. And also the payout time is minimum. So maybe in the UK North Sea and both of them, we are going to have in less than 2 years, we are going to get back our payout time. So we propose to invest in UK North Sea oil and gas and Mozambique gas for the next 7 years. However, because of our limited budget, we are proposing to invest first for this 2.5 years in UK North Sea oil, and if the board approves a reinvestment of the profit, we propose to invest in UK North Sea gas and then in Mozambique gas. So, thank you.
Right, any questions? Yeah.
You have mentioned that in Mozambique the economic condition is insecure, and which makes the investment high risky. But you said that in your conclusion, the second best alternative is Mozambique, especially in gas. So how we come to invest in a risky environment? Second question is, or you can answer.
Okay, answer.
Question. All industries have a level of risk. All we know that in oil and gas industry there is a high level of risk. So companies have making decisions to invest in a project with high rate of risk and get a high profit, or to get a lower country risk and get a lower profit. Because we want more money and our company is risky, we choose Mozambique because has a higher rate of risk, but we get a lot of profit.
So you're saying your company is a very challenging company, and you accept all the challenges.
Comparing with Colombia, this one has a lower risk than Colombia. So also it's like, if we compare like the main issues that the country is having at the moment, is not that higher risk that you consider maybe in Colombia.
Can I add as well? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I have another question. Yeah, you said in Mozambique, even though there is high risk with the linked with the unsecured economic condition or macroeconomic condition, you are saying that you have a good ability to control that risk. But my question is now, what would be the price for gas in Mozambique? I mean, how you assume that one to get a high profit?
In our calculations, we did BOE conversion. So for every cost we did, it was based on our BOE conversion.
So how much is, for example, the exact price for gas to calculate the?
No, you're not using the price of gas as long as you converted the oil to barrel of oil. So now you use BOE.
Excuse me. Again, if I misunderstand here, but you're converting from cubic feet into BOE. That's measures of volume, right? You're not converting gas into oil. Is that what you're saying you're doing? So converting from cubic feet to BOE, the price would still be a gas price. You're still selling gas, aren't you?
Yeah, you sell gas. However, what you're not doing is you want to use oil prices to determine gas prices. So what you do is to convert the gas into a barrel of oil equivalent, so that you can use oil prices to do your estimation. But what you're simply doing is how much gas will give me 1 barrel of oil, and then I'm able to use the price of oil instead of the price of gas.
How can you do that? Won't you just multiply the price of gas into barrels of oil equivalent?
The universal converter you use for this, I mean, it's universal. Is there? Possibly you didn't say it or you didn't ask.
It's possible to do that.
There is universal
possible to do that.
But then, what you realize is, you could do it separately as you're talking about.
Yeah.
But this is something, the analysis they're presenting here is for both the gas and the oil together.
Yeah, the reason why they do that is because a field has oil, has gas. So rather than start separating them, I just convert the gas component into a barrel of oil equivalent, and so everything I'm working on is on the basis of oil.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's a volume. You're not making it into oil, so how can you use VTI price on it? It's just the volume of it. It's still gas, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, it is for the purpose of the analysis.
Yeah.
That you're converting. It is possible to convert it into barrel of oil equivalent, and for the purpose of the analysis, use say WTI price to do the analysis. But what you, the analyst, should be mindful of is that such an assumption introduces risks.
Yeah.
What if the price per million cubic feet of natural gas changes over the life of the project? What are the risks that it poses to your cash flows? And that is when you need to bring in some mechanics to de-risk or to address some of these issues.
Yeah, okay.
But it is granted.
Yeah, okay, I understand what you mean, but isn't 1 barrel of oil worth more than 1 barrel of gas?
In terms of barrel of oil equivalent, then it's the same thing, because you have more natural gas coming to be sold for the barrel of oil.
You have to sell so much of this gas to make 1 barrel of oil.
Yeah.
So if I do that, then I can use the price of oil.
That is not what they've done, is it? They calculate the cubic feet. Or I don't know what you did, sorry.
That's what we did.
That was not. How I understand is they take cubic feet and multiply it to make it into BOE. The volume, not the price, the volume.
Yeah, the volume.
Yeah.
So if you've got 1 volume of 1 barrel of oil being equal to 1 barrel of oil equivalent of gas, then it's sold at the same price. Is that okay?
I'm not sure I
okay, let me ask you
agree,
a simple question, please. If you say a ton of bubble gum and look at a ton of cement, is there any difference?
Bubblegum and cement.
Is there any difference?
Yes, there's difference.
There is difference.
Between bubblegum and cement.
1 ton of bubble gum and 1 ton of cement. Any difference?
Yeah, if you're going to sell it, it is.
There's no difference because it's just
the
same mass.
Velocity is here. That is the argument
Quick question. Okay, not really a question, I think it's a comment. And that's the fact that you think you break through in Mozambique 2.4 years. I'm thinking that naturally you probably think that's not possible. But I see why you're doing that, because you are thinking about a quick development where you initially use CNG to monetize that gas, looking into the future for LNG, which is quite thinking outside the box. Yeah, which means many people didn't do, because you're thinking about a long number of years of breakthrough because of the development. But thinking about, I can monetize my gas using CNG initially, while I wait for LNG.
That is permissive in the tree, yes.
Which is good.
And you need
Okay. No other questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.